got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me.
Hey, welcome back to Piece of Chaos. I am sorry I missed a week last week. I don't know. I was moving, and man, I haven't been that tired in a long time. I drastically underestimated the amount of work it would take to move. I had plenty of time, plenty of warning. Just, oh boy, it was a lot of work. Accumulate a lot of crap as I get older. We had lived in our last house for 13 years. My daughter was 3 months old when we moved there, and it's the only home my son ever knew. Got me thinking about moving and the changes in your life when you move. And when you're young, like high school, after high school, college age, and, hopefully you get a chance to see some things, move around a little bit, check out different places, live in different places, experience different things. I think that helps you in life. You kind of get good at moving. You get good at consolidating your stuff. You live in a place for a year, maybe at a time. But as we get older, we kind of get stuck to the places, at least seems to me. And now that I'm here, I don't really want to move again. Not only because it was a giant pain in the ass, but also I feel like I'm finally home. I'm finally in a house that I don't know. It's just a place I would have never dreamed I could live in, and so a lot of the things that led up to this were things that I learned for the first time, really paying attention to things and learning for the first time. And, sometimes you learn something just so you realize you don't want to do it again. And that's kind of how I feel about this whole real estate situation and buying houses and all that stuff. And, my good buddy John Shefsky's a realtor. He's a great fella, seems to be a great realtor, really honest, I've had amazing conversations with him this whole process. It's been about a year, I guess. We've been in this process. So, I learned a lot, but I don't want to know it anymore. I want to get the time back that I spent learning that, I think my take on it basically is that the incentives across the real estate business have shifted so drastically away from the idea of having a home and towards the real estate business. All the incentives are gross. All the incentives are wrong. Not that real estate agents shouldn't make money, not that brokers shouldn't make money for the service they provide. I'm not suggesting that. But the main goal of almost every single participant in the transaction, other than the buyer, is to make things as expensive as possible. I mean, they may give lip service to trying to get you a good deal or negotiate on your behalf, but ultimately, the more your house is sold for, the more every person who touches the transaction stands to make. Even the bank. And I don't know, it just feels like it's you as the buyer against the world. The only person who's kind of on your side in the whole thing is like the inspector, the home inspector that checks out your house before you sign the paperwork. That's the only one who's there to be like, give you a warning or, kind of be on your side in this transaction because, he's getting paid to do a job, which is tell you, the situation of your home. He doesn't care how much it costs or how much you're paying for it. His job is paid for. So I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very strange that we've let it evolve to this point. And I was talking to my buddy Dom about this the other day. It's like, man, our parents could work one kind of regular job and afford a house. And the prices just seem so astronomical compared to what a reasonable home could be that you could grow up in, even in places where it didn't used to be that expensive, it's getting pretty expensive. It's really strange. So I feel a lot of gratitude that I'm able to do it. And I just, I really love my house. It's weird to say, but I mean, it's a significant amount of my energy is put towards making sure that this stays my house, and so I better love it, I guess. It's weird to not love it, and I didn't really love my old house that much. It served us well as a family, but there was a lot of things I didn't like about it, and that's no longer the case, and that's a feeling I've never really known. I mean, I had an apartment I really liked once in Philadelphia, Manayunk, actually. That was a cool apartment. It was this old, oh God, it had to be like 100-year-old building, just stone walls and old hardwood floors, and it was freezing cold in the winter and had no airflow, but had a lot of style. I really liked that place. It was cool. Had some fun parties there. It was right along the route of the Manayunk bike race, which was a really famous, I don't know if they still do it, probably, bike race, like Tour de France kind of bike race. And man, that was fun. They would go right up the street. We had a climb right near us, so a big hill. Had a lot of really good parties there, a lot of fun. A great apartment. But it wasn't mine. And it might be an antiquated thing to want to own a home and settle and all that stuff, but for the first time, I really feel like I'm home in a way. Like I don't really ever want to leave. I talked to my buddy David about, he's a younger fella. He's a little older than me, but I'm going to consider us young in the grand scheme, hopefully. And there's nothing wrong with him. Doesn't have any issues or anything like that. But he and his wife remodeled their house and put in all of the stuff you'd need when you're kind of much older. Handrails on the tubs and bathrooms, and no shower they don't have to step in the showers. It's a one story. They have ramps. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm this is my house. I'm done buying houses, but I don't want to have to make these retrofits when I have to, when I'm older and need them. I'd rather do it now, so it's ready for me when that inevitably comes to pass, which I think is just such a really rational, practical way to live. I learned a lot from that guy. But anyway, so apologies there was no podcast last week. I just didn't have first of all, there was no equipment anywhere to be found, so I had to get that, unboxed and whatnot. So it's been a crazy week. But I did managed to book a guest. So there will be, I think, a guest next week. It's going to be my buddy Chad Nell, and that's going to be a fun chat. I'm looking forward to speaking with him. But I think that overall, this idea of your place in life and your home is very important. And I guess I just never appreciated it like I do now after this move. This was a major one for me and for my whole family. Like I said, my son has never lived anywhere else, so he got pretty emotional about it. He was really attached. And when the house was empty and I kind of said my goodbyes, I got to be there kind of late at night, obviously. Like I said, I woefully underestimated the amount of work it would be to get out of there. But, it was quiet. It was empty. And I don't know, I thought I would have more attachment to the physical place. But I definitely had memories in the rooms and stuff like that, but it was more of a feeling and a time than where it happened. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I just thought about Christmas mornings with the family. And I thought about being outside of the house with the neighbors when all of our kids were little and they were the same age, and they would just ride around on the sidewalk out in front of all of our houses. And it's just, I'm just rambling like an old man, but it really was the memories of those things, not the structure. Which kind of flies in the face of me saying I'm loving this house, but at the same time, there was always this unsettled feeling, like I knew that wasn't going to be the last place I lived. It always felt temporary, even though we were there for a long time. It always felt like an in-between. And now that's all over. I don't have to do that again. This is an in-between. It doesn't mean that I won't move someday again. But I don't have to. I don't feel compelled to at all. Not at all. And I think from the time I lived in that last place, we knew it was temporary. It lasted way longer than we thought, but we always knew this is a stepping stone. So this feels like the end of a journey in some ways in terms of finding my place. But it's also the start of one with, I guess, the luxury of having that locked up, locked in, ready to go, like not worried about it. A piece of stress, a piece of chaos that I don't have to worry about. It is a peaceful feeling to have this. And I'm so grateful. And I can't wait until the pandemic is really over and friends and family can travel more freely and come see us and yeah. So some light in the world right now, some light for me in the world. And I'm just so grateful that I could get through it. And I can't wait to make things here. Not just memories, but things. I'm building a podcast studio / music studio. And when that's finished, there's just going to be so much opportunity for creativity and collaboration like I've never had before. And I'm really excited about that. I should talk more about that in another podcast. As it gets going, I'll keep you guys posted. But my band, Mariner 9, will be collaborating again, even across distance, but all with high quality setups, studio setups, and ready to go. That's going to be amazing. Being able to do studio drum work from my house, to work on the podcast, is going to be, I can't wait. I'm really excited. It's all good. And I thank you guys for listening. It means a lot. It means an awful lot. Sorry if it sounds weird this week. Like I said, I'm working on getting things situated. This is, a temporary setup. But we'll do the best we can. And, thank you. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing week. And be good. Talk soon.